Hey guys, welcome back. I talked about it in a couple of videos, my past RC10 restoration videos on a couple RC10s that I'm doing. That I was going to do one on a Trackmaster. And here it is. This is a Trackmaster kit. I don't know if some of you are familiar with them. These are pretty rare kits that came out way back. They were like truck conversions or on-road, but mostly truck conversions. I've ever seen them. This is actually the third one I've owned in my life. I actually did have one a couple years ago and ended up selling it. And then I went to a swap meet a few weeks back, and I brought some old Tamiya cars with me, a Boomerang and a Hornet and stuff. And I figured I'd just try and sell them to somebody really cheap, just because I'm not really into Tamiya so much, but I got in a lot. And I was talking to a guy, and I was just looking to trade, barter, and he said there was a guy in the back that did RC10s and Kyoshos and stuff like that. So I went and talked to him, and I saw this sitting on the table, and I was like, that's a Trackmaster. And the guy's like, I'm not really sure what it is. I've heard of Trackmaster, but I've never owned one. So I gave him a little bit of history on it, and I started eyeballing it more and looking at it. I'm like, man, that's a really good shape. That's original. And then I looked at it more. I'm like, it's got Andy's arms on it. It's even got the old school Andy's arms. And I'm like, I gotta have this. And I asked him what he wanted for it, and honestly, he was only asking $75 for it, and I was ready to pay cash. And then I'm like, well, you know what? I brought some of these cars with me to trade. First, I wanted to sell them off, and I ended up giving him a Hornet and a Boomerang. By no means any shelf queens. They were just used cars just like this with rollers. So I traded him to me a Hornet and a Boomerang. And the Boomerang is pretty old school, so he was pretty excited about that. But I'm not really as much into Tamiya. I do RC10s. I do Associated. That's what I like. But I owned a Trackmaster kit. Actually, I bought the kit 20 years ago, and I never used it. And I ended up selling that kit off. I never even used it. Then I bought another one of these a couple years back. I ran into one on eBay, and it was like a truck. And it had wheels and everything. So I ended up selling that to somebody off Facebook. And then this is how I got it. He even threw in a old school Andy's bumper that was in the box. You could probably see, yeah, you could read it right there. Andy's. Old school bumper. Fit right on the front if I wanted to use it. I'm going to copy it and cut them out of Kydex, so... but man, I'm pretty excited. The profile of this is so awesome. I want to make it an on-road car for sure. I mean, it's mid-motor converted, but that's how that's how they were made to have a mid-motor. The bulkhead in the back is shot, so I'm not really too interested in that. I'm going to make one out of aluminum. I'm going to get rid of the shock tower. I mean, if you see, it's got these the front shocks in the back. And then it's got small shocks in the front, and you can see this was part of the Trackmaster kit. It mounted the shocks on the top of the hubs here on the side. I really like that because it doesn't give you good. It's just not real good suspension, but also it's got too far a rake in the front because it's a flat chassis, and these are mounted on a flat versus having a kick-up plate like on that to give it that angle. So what I'll probably end up doing is just mounting the shocks down where they should be down here, getting rid of this tower and making a low profile tower like the DS, and then just having it that way so it's not running off of the control arm set up there. Yeah, because I mean that's the rake on that's pretty forward. You're not going to get the greatest handling on that, I'm sure. But yeah, man, I'm really excited about this. It's not, see the look of it? It almost looks like carbon fiber, but it's not. It's like a fiberglass with some kind of, I don't know, woven graphite or something. It's it's got an iridescence to it. When the light hits it, it turns almost like carbon fiber, you know? But it's not. I don't really think it is. I can't tell. Anyways, full bearings. Well, the front are just a couple bushings yeah, there's a couple bushings on one side, bearings on the other just because of the wheels. But the diff spins really good. There's bearings in the hubs on both sides. What else? Other than that, other than the Andes arms, it's got all the Dubro bulk hubs on it. And that's cool, because I'll just keep those. I'll just put new hardware in. And I'm going to bleach all the parts. My son just did a breakdown of the CE version. And broke down all the white parts. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on that. On this here. So, but I think this is going to make for a great low profile on-road car. I mean, I have a 12L. I mean, that thing's over 15 years old too. But I wouldn't mind having this set up for an on-road, especially since it's already mid-motor. I'll put a mild brushless system in it, and then redo the suspension. But I think it's gonna look pretty nice when it's done. And it's got such low profile, because the way the front shocks are, you can tell it's already, you're not getting much travel. So nice foam tires on the back will make it sit real low. That's a good profile shot there. So I'll turn it around and get the back. Yeah, pretty excited about this Trackmaster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip it down, and then I'm going to copy the whole chassis, the front plate tower. I'm going to do it back either out of Delrin or aluminum, carbon fiber towers, or aluminum or Delrin, whatever, and sell them as a kit for people on the site. So it'll go along with a lot of my RC10 parts that I sell, that I make and sell. So you know, if anybody else wants to convert one of their old RC10s into an on-road, mid-motor on-road car, you know, it'd be cool. The dimensions of the chassis is 14 inches. 14 inches from this edge to this edge. And the wheelbase is pretty close to a stock S10, RC10. It's maybe a quarter inch off if you look at the front there, which is like 10 3/4 or something like that. And other than that, that's it. So I'm pretty excited. So Trackmaster, not really a restore rebuild, but Trackmaster breakdown and build, because, you know, obviously it's not an original car. It's upgraded. So keep an eye on this one. I know I have a lot of builds going on right now, but without my son, I wouldn't be doing them, because of my health, my back. I have some back issues, big time. I've had surgeries last year, and neck surgery and all this other stuff, so I'm limited here. But my son keeps me going. He's giving me the motivation. Well, he's doing most of the stuff now anyways. So, but yeah, Trackmaster build. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and more cool RC10 videos coming. All right.